What is up, everybody? This is Terminator Juice. We're back. Juice Opinions, one day late, but there's a good reason for that. I wanted to play ARMS, and the test fire happened, or test punch happened last night at 8 p.m., got over at 9, and then started playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe online, Ms. T, Red Knight, and I had a blast. So anyway, before I get into my ARMS impressions, yeah, I don't have any Street Fighter 2 Ultra Street Fighter 2 impressions because I canceled my pre-order. I was debating it back and forth. Finally, on Wednesday, I liked Street Fighter, and it's just one of those things. Even with my Best Buy discount, I was using a $5 coupon from being a rewards member, plus the 20% off. It was going to be $28 out the door after tax. I still couldn't justify it. I just know I'm not going to play it a ton, and the online and stuff could be cool, but I'd only want to play it against friends mostly, and it's just a one-on-one type of game. So I was just like, you know what, that game's going to drop in price, probably, within a few months. We'll see. So Ultra Street Fighter 2 put on the back burner, but by the time, even if it dropped in price, you got ARMS, you got Splatoon 2, and you got the fall holiday games. Just don't think I don't think it was worth 40. To me, it wasn't. And if it was like 30 with the Best Buy discount, it would have been, probably close to what I would have paid with my $5 coupon. But I just couldn't justify it. I already have 5 games, 2 of which I don't even play, which is Bomberman and Snake Pass, which I didn't beat it, but I got to the last level. Fast RMX, kind of, now that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is out, I haven't touched Fast as much. And when I did turn it on last week, it definitely looks grainy and doesn't look nearly as good as I remembered. The Mario Kart 8 effect, I guess. Even after playing ARMS, putting on Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I'm like, ARMS look good. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe looks better. It's still one of the best looking games of all time. Jerry, what's up, man? He decided not to pay 40 for old ass game. So, it's just for people that really love Street Fighter, and the few times I would have played online against you guys or Ms. T and Rob, Rule of 2, it would have been great, but I just know those are going to be few and far between. So I don't really regret it at all. And like I said, it's going to be cheap someday. Maybe I'll pick it up. But yeah, so update on Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I played online last night. Been a while since I played. Been over a week. And I finished the cups. So I have 3 stars on all of the cups now. 200cc. I had gotten first place on all the cups, but I just now beat the last. It was that damn Animal Crossing cup. For whatever reason, I just kept getting second in one of the races, and finally got that. So I got 3 stars on that. I have tried the time trials at 200cc, and it's really challenging. So I don't know. That's a tough goal to have. Maybe I'll pick away at it. And playing online with Ms. T last night, we raced. And Red Knight was there, and we did some battle mode, and it was fun. So, that game's definitely going to hold me over. I actually started Breath of the Wild over. I just got to Kakariko Village with, I think, 8 or 9 shrines complete, and already upgraded some of my clothing, and it's still amazing. Like, I probably put 6-7 hours into my second playthrough. I know the hard mode's coming, and I wanted to get past the beginning part because I'm still dying quite a bit with 4 hearts. It's pretty hard. So I didn't want to. I guess I'll probably stop when I get a little bit further, and then just wait for the hard mode in the DLC and that the trials. I forget what it's called for of the sword or whatever. So but it's just such an amazing game, and seeing the Hyrule with the Divine Beasts all in play, not no beams of light in the sky and stuff, and seeing Death Mountain spewing out smoke. it's just a beautiful game, and I kind of like seeing it back to how it was in the beginning. So good stuff there. And it's just, Switch is just a great system. I'm really enjoying the games I have. Playing the Test Punch last night, it's going right into Mario Kart 8 online. Had one communication error on Mario Kart, but overall it was running good and just having fun, man. It's a great system, and the positivities keeps on going, and restocks happen. They're selling out still, and it's still a hard to find item. People are still happy with the Switch, and the hype's still there. Nintendo's just killing it right now with with everything that's come out. Mario Kart 8 did great, and then Street Fighter was looked like it probably going to sell, I would guess, a couple 100,000 for sure in the next month or so. And then the Test Punch, everyone seems to be loving. ARMS, and then the hands-on impressions from the review copies have been great. And it's just, everything's going in Nintendo's way right now with E3 coming up. It's looking good. So if they have a great E3, if Mario Odyssey is just this amazing game, and I don't see the Switch hype and excitement slowing down anytime soon. It's just crazy, because it's like the Wii U, which I really liked. In the beginning, it was a little tougher because there was like 3-4 months there in the first part of 2013 where it was Netflix and Hulu were my top two applications used. There wasn't any games, and I was trying to convince myself that it was great. And it's like, it was, once the games hit, it was great. It's my favorite system of all time, and then one of the best lineups of all time. It's great. But the Switch, what a difference. Even though it released in March, it didn't affect it at all. And just seeing, you got the guys that turned on the Wii U, now they're super excited about the Switch, and it's a little I wouldn't say sickening, but I know who the people are that were, because Nintendo was down and weren't popular. They were shitting on the Wii U at every chance they could get, and getting mad over stuff like Splatoon content rollout, even though ARMS is doing something similar. But it's because the Switch is the hot thing and people are loving it. It's cool, so you got a lot of people that had flip-flopped, and now all down on Nintendo's dick now. It's kind of funny. I've stayed the same all the way through. So I was excited once 3D World hit on the Wii U, and then Mario Kart and all these games came out. I loved the Wii U. 2016 started out good. The last half was rough for me, but there was like 3 years there with the Wii U where I felt like I'm feeling right now with the Switch, and it just seems like the Switch, everyone's feeling like I was feeling about the Wii U in those first, after year 1 through year 3. I was really just loving the Wii U, and I feel like everyone's feeling that way about the Switch. And it's just crazy to see how different this system is being received, and just the positivity and stuff. You still got the naysayers, you still got the negative Nancy. It's like, I don't know why people watch these guys that just every little thing they want to nitpick. And it's like, the Switch still has a few people like that, but overall, it's just everybody's just raving about it, loving it, and just excited. So anyway, let's get on to the ARMS hands-on impressions. First off, I did thumbs up Joy-Cons the entire time. I did 2 test punches, so about 2 hours 10 minutes total of playtime. Did not try the non-standard controls for this game. In my opinion, the standard controls are motion. Thumbs up. I know people are gonna be like, "Oh, did you try standard controls?" Well, I tried the standard controls for that game, but no, I didn't try using the Pro Controller or the Joy-Cons and the grip. And the reason I didn't, because I have no reason to do it now that I've played it. The controls are freaking amazing. Other than I had 2 matches where there was some lag, and the button responses had nothing to do with the control method. It was just some lag, and which would have been apparent with or without, motion controls. So I absolutely am in love with these controls. It's so great. It feels so natural. And by the second test punch, I wasn't even thinking about it anymore. And it's, at first I was moving forward or moving back when I didn't want to, but now it's just like, it's amazing how quickly that became second nature for me. And it is one of the best uses of motion controls in a game ever, period. I don't know really what I could say, that because you don't have to reset it constantly. It's just, it works. I don't know. It's amazing. So yeah, that's reason enough to buy the game, just because how great the motion controls are. I haven't heard anybody's take on how it is with the Pro Controller or the Joy-Con grips. So with using buttons and stuff. So I guess on the podcast we'll hear from that. I mean, maybe I'll try it, but I really don't want to. And so yeah, let's get on to the rest of the game. So art style's great, music's cool, the colors, everything's looks great. I think Mario Kart 8 Deluxe looks better, but still a great looking game, very colorful, and the characters are great. We've already seen the characters, but playing as the characters and hearing their celebrations, and it's just a great package overall. Aesthetically, it's great. I mean, Mario Kart 8 team, I expected nothing less, but it's just really impressive seeing it on my 65-inch Sony LED. Looks amazing. And yeah, I mean, fluid, no frame drops. Like I said, there was 2 matches where I had a little bit of lag. Other than that, it was smooth, and it was just great. I love the different arms, and I already have my favorite setup, in the test punch, and that's Min Min, and left arm dragon, right arm, I don't know, the boomerang one. I don't know exactly what it's called. I love that combo. I tried Helix. I sucked with him. I don't like his bouncing arm. And I tried Master Mummy with his, big spiked arms, balls. And I didn't like his slow speed. Ninjaro, he was cool, but Ribbon Girl I liked as well. But Min Min just was clicking with me. I tried Mechanica once, and I guess I probably could get used to it. She's just different, slow again, or slow like Master Mummy. I'll probably get used to it, but I just today all it was Min Min the whole time, basically, except for 2 matches, and then I was winning a lot. So I've heard people say it's hard. My buddy Derek Steelfox said he lost most of them. Spawn Wave said it was very challenging. I don't know. I already developed some techniques pretty quick and using the charge. And then, I was winning the majority of them. I would say I won 3 out of every 4. And the ones that I lost was usually a team battle, and, teammate really sucked. But, yeah, so doing great. Loving it so far. I mean, that could change the next time I play. I could lose every match, and I'll probably feel different about the game, but the gameplay is just so good. There's so much. It's so simple, yet there's already some strategies. A lot of grabbing going on, but, I only did. There was one match where someone was just constantly blocking, so I had to grab. But other than that, I think people are going to figure out ways to not have to grab constantly. Maybe they'll tweak it, but yeah, let's talk about just the different modes. You have the V-Ball, you have the 1-on-1, you have the 2-on-2 team battle, and then you have the free-for-all 2 to 4 players. And so far, my only gripe with the game is the free-for-all, especially before I knew how to change who you're focused on. With motion controls, it's the A button, which at first felt like I can't hit this A button, but after a while, it became kind of easy. And I know some people didn't know it. I just kept hitting different buttons. I figured it out. So, but my favorite thing about the game, other than the motion controls, is the lobby system. It's so freaking awesome what they did here. And for those that maybe didn't figure, really pay attention for someone like me who is a YouTuber and people want to play when I have game nights with Mario Kart. People always want to play. Well, not always, but when people do, the more players you can have involved in a game, the better. So to have this lobby system where you see all the players in your lobby and you see who's fighting who, and there's like a point system so you can see how people are doing. You can tell who's winning because they got, way more points than everybody else. And then it throws you in a match. So imagine that with all friends. And I think you can have up to 20 people. So you got, like, say the Juices Loose guys, people, subscribers, Little Cray, who else joins frequently? Just you guys, that frequent my videos and I see you online, we can all be in this lobby. And one match, it might be me and Mizza T against like Red Knight and Little Crate of the Bone, and then the next one might be one-on-one with me and whoever, but we don't, once the round ends or that fight, you back out and you can either practice or whatever, but you can see how everybody's doing. And that's going to be awesome with all, knowing everybody in the lobby. That's going to be so cool. And it basically, the only real concern I had with ARMS initially was, it's just one-on-one. That's going to be boring for online. Oh, they did 2-on-2. Well, that makes it a little more fun. But this lobby system is so just clever, and it solves a major problem. A problem Ultra Street Fighter 2, well, Jesus Christ, Ultra Street Fighter 2 is going to have is, I can play, Rob Rule 2, let's play. And then, like, okay, 2 people can play. I don't know if there is any kind of friends lobby or anything or tournament mode. I haven't really looked into it, but ARMS just solved that problem so, like, perfectly simplistic, yet it's like, I'm sure developers are like, why didn't we think of this? Like, it's such a great way to have a game that at max you can have 4 players in an actual match, but you still have all of these people, feeling like they're part of something. It's not just going to be me and Robert playing each other the whole time. It randomly, I think hopefully the friends list will have a random option too. And that's just so cool to me. I was like, and then to me, it's like, of course Nintendo was going to come up with this elegant solution to have all these people like in a group, yet you're only playing, at max 4 people in a match, And then I see the people I was talking about earlier. Oh, I can't believe this is Nintendo. This lobby's so good. This isn't the Nintendo I know. I'm like, you don't know that Nintendo always, or not always, but basically comes up with things and has solutions to problems that people didn't even know were problems. And they come up with these really clever ideas. And they do it all the time. They've been doing it forever. Yeah, they don't do it with every game. They don't do it with every genre or every generation. They probably do every generation. And it's like, of course Nintendo was going to come up with this lobby system. No one else would. And then I see, to see people say, is this Nintendo? This isn't the Nintendo I know. Are you kidding? Only Nintendo would have came up with something that awesome and clever. It's just, are you freaking kidding me? Like, it's just, people got to put that negative spin. And Andre from Game Explain, I unsubbed them a long time ago, but I guess I'm still following him on Twitter, or somebody retweeted his tweet. He's like, I love the lobby system, but is this Nintendo? This isn't Nintendo. How, like, you can't just appreciate something without throwing shade. Like, that's something Shokio would do. And he's like the worst of the worst. And I absolutely don't watch his content. It's been a couple years now. And it's like, I'm sure he'd say something like that. But it's such a great lobby system. It solves so many problems, and it's going to make what at first was a one-on-one game, then it was a 4-player game, but now it's everybody, obviously there's going to be a limit, whatever it is, 20 players or whatever in the lobby. That's such a great idea. and of course Nintendo would come up with it. Of course the Mario Kart 8 dev team would come up with that. It's just so amazing. So just love it. I can't wait to play the Test Punch tonight and tomorrow and next week. And then when the game comes out, like ARMS is now like the hype level started at like a 5. And then we saw a little bit more, or Helix character reveal, and it went up to like a 6. And then the first direct was Splatoon 2 and ARMS went up to like a 7. And then the last ARMS direct went up to a 9. Now playing it and seeing that lobby system, my hype level is as high. It's under Breath of the Wild, obviously, because that was just anticipated for such a long time. But it's a 9.5, creeping up on a 9.9. You know, my hype level for this game now. I'm just so excited to play it, have it, and it's gonna be a short month before Splatoon 2. I mean, we'll see. You know, I've only played it for 2 hours. We'll see how I'm feeling after a month, but I think it's gonna really be a tough decision. Do I want to play Splatoon 2 or do I want to play ARMS, you know, when Splatoon 2 comes out. So just love the game. It's such a Nintendo game on one hand and not a Nintendo game on the other, just because we know they don't do new IPs a ton. Other than Smash, they don't really do fighting games a ton, and they haven't really just come out with a bunch of new characters all at once in a game since like Punch-Out, you know, the first one on the NES. There's to have 10 new characters with more to come in a Nintendo game, a new IP that's a fighting game and just has all these innovative things in it. I just can't wait to, you know, play more, have the full games, and hopefully if this could really sell well, you know, Nintendo could, you know, DLC, they said it's going to be free and stuff, so who knows how much they're going to add, but the sequel or a DLC pack a year from now could keep this game feeling even more, you know, people want to go back to it even a year from now. So we'll see how the content rollout and everything's going to be, but I could see them really taking advantage of this game and these new characters. And then you got, you know, Smash Brothers. Would they add an ARMS character? Are they going to do Amiibo? You know, they didn't announce anything yet, so maybe they're not sure what this game's going to do. But I'm kind of, I said I was done with Amiibo so many times, but really, the Bayonettas I have pre-ordered for collector's reasons. I don't know if I'd buy any ARMS Amiibos, but man, it'd be cool to see these characters in an Amiibo. So I think that would be a smart decision. We'll see how the fan base and Nintendo fans react, but because the Animal Crossing ones, I guess there were some that really didn't sell. And because I seen the triple pack for like $6.99 or $7.99, the Animal Crossing one at GameStop last time I was there when I got my Switch. So maybe they're pulling back a little bit on that, on not unknown, or I mean, Animal Crossing is not an unknown franchise, but definitely not going to have Amiibos for new IP. So yeah, and then Bluntsy, Monster Hunter XX Double Cross. That looked like a 3DS game. I think it was the trailer I was watching on OJ's video. I don't know. I'm not a big Monster Hunter fan. I think it's great that Japan's getting it. It's going to be huge with Mario Odyssey, Monster Hunter, and Fire Emblem Warriors coming out in a close proximity. I mean, Nintendo, man, you better get about 10 million Switches ready for the holidays. Like, seriously, it's going to be ridiculous. But I'm not a Monster Hunter guy, and if what I saw in OJ's video was the actual Switch version, it looks pretty bad. They definitely need to do more, in my opinion. But I'm not getting it either way. But cool for the people that like that series. Who knows when it'll come to the U.S., if it'll come to the U.S. But obviously Capcom is excited about the Switch. They got Ultra Street Fighter. Now they got Monster Hunter, and they know they want to get the Resident Evil engine running and other things. They want to get AAA games out, so it's good stuff. Yeah, and it looks like a 3DS game because it is, but still, there's Vita games on the PS4 that don't look like Vita games anymore, you know, like Gravity Rush looks amazing. The remastered looks amazing on PS4. And the jump from 3DS to Switch is a bigger jump, or as equal to, in my opinion, because the 3DS is way behind the Vita. So hopefully they can get that looking better. But like I said, I'm not getting it either way. But it is cool for the Monster Hunter fans, and Japan's just gonna love it. Like somebody said, one of the giants has been awakened, or gods, whatever they said. One of the gods, you know, Pokemon, Monster Hunter, and Yokai Watch in Japan. Now one's been confirmed, so we know Pokemon's coming. Yokai Watch probably in Japan will make it to the Switch, and it's just there's going to be no end in sight for this Switch hype, Switch excitement, and it feels great. You know, doesn't change anything really to have people excited and people hyped for a Nintendo system, because I enjoyed the Wii U with or without the mass appeal. But it definitely is cool to see Nintendo back up, you know, in the upper echelon, and their shares are like the just ridiculous. Stock prices went up. They're just doing great. What does that mean for us? Well, it just means at minimum the Switch isn't going to be replaced in 3-4 years like the Wii U. You know, like they're not going to have to abandon it and go to Plan B or go to another system. You know that they're going to support this for a while, and we're already getting great games in the first year. Years 2, 3, and 4, I think it's just going to continue, because Nintendo makes money. They put it into making more games. They put it into other things. You know, they don't just say, "Well, we made all this money on Mario Kart Wii. Let's just put out a high-res version of that." No, they put a ton of money into Mario Kart 8 game engine and looked amazing. You know, Breath of the Wild, they went all in, and Super Mario Odyssey looks, from what we've seen in limited footage, looks like they're going all in with that. So it's a Nintendo that was backed into a corner with the Wii U. They were, you know, laughed at and disregarded, and sometimes that motivation, you need it every once in a while to get reinvigorated, and that's what's happened, and it's great. So anyway, that's going to be it for this Juice Opinions. What do you guys think of ARMS? Is there anybody watching this? If you're watching this on the replay, if you didn't like ARMS, try to explain why. I mean, I'm not a huge fighting game fan, and to me, this feels like something completely different. I loved it. I was a little skeptical when I first saw it, but the more I've saw it, I was getting more excited. Now I played it. It's just another great Nintendo game, and it's another great Switch game, and it's really the first true Switch game that we're getting. And so just excited to play more. Wish we could play with friends on this test punch, but it is what it is. We'll do that when the final game comes out. And yeah, until next time, everybody have a great Memorial Day weekend. Enjoy your Switches. Enjoy playing ARMS. Or if you just don't have a Switch yet, you know, better get one, because with this, Splatoon 2 and everything else coming later, there's no reason not to have a Switch if you're a Nintendo fan. So anyway, that's it. We'll see you guys later.